What's up, my peoples? It's the lyrical genius, your host, Black Titanium, and you're watching another episode of Mental Telepathy's Arena. And as you know, the show can go on in broad daylight, or the show can go on at nighttime, as you see right now, because the struggle never ends. The struggle never ends in Mental Telepathy's arena. It's like Nelson Mandela once said. He said, as a black man, the struggle is our life, man. We have to come to grips with that. This is why I feel like most of our people are going to go to the heaven when we pass on and the day of judgment come. Because all of the stuff that's been stolen from us, all the inventions, all the money, all the opportunities, the white man beating us, maiming us, hanging us from trees. It's like this. This is how it's going to go on the day of judgment. I'm going to inform a lot of y'all who don't really know how it's going to go on the day of judgment. The day of judgment is going to go like this. If I owe you $5,000, right? If you gave me $5,000, and I decided I'm not paying this dude back, and I know I had the muscle over you or whatever. I got an army of niggas or whatever the case and scenario may be. I was able to do that, not pay you back, and you had to eat that shit. On the day of judgment, God is going to say like this. He said, okay, you owe this guy $5,000, right? You decided not to pay him back, so this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to give him some of your good deeds. Give him some of your good deeds. Some of your good deeds, and he gets to give you some of his bad deeds. That's how it's going to go. With everybody that you've ever encountered throughout your whole life, this is how the day of judgment is going to go. Whoever you fucked over, whoever you stole from, whoever you denied an opportunity, because that's why they say whenever you steal a person's possessions, you steal their sins along with their possessions. This is why when they say when you steal a person's possession, you steal their sins along with their possessions. Because you're going to have to pay for that on the day of judgment. We're going to have to pay for everything we did. Every encounter we're going to have to answer for, man. We're going to have to pay for. And I say that to say this. All of the stuff that white people done stole from us, all the shit they done did to us, they're going to be bankrupt. This is how I know that most of their race is going to the hellfire. They're going to be bankrupt on the day of judgment. They're going to run out. All of their good deeds is going. They got to pay. They got to know how many people they done killed, man. They done committed heinous acts of genocides against millions, man. They're going to be bankrupt on the day of judgment, man. They ain't gonna have nothing to give. This is why they got to get dropped off straight into the hellfire, man. And basically, most black people are going to heaven. This is why you see every other culture that's jealous of us, because basically we're God's original people. That's why they jealous of us, because they know that we are the chosen people. Black people are the real original Hebrews. When they describe Jesus in the Bible, they describe him as a person with woolly hair, dark skin. He was black. And they know this. So basically, they know that we the original. We the only ones that don't know that we're the original God's chosen people. We're the only ones that don't know that. So most of us got a ticket into the hereafter automatically, unless that you become one of them stupid ass niggas that gave his soul up, which many of black people have, man. But if you haven't done that, you're automatically going to the hereafter. And they know this. This is why every other culture is jealous of us, because we possess a gift. We possess gifts that God didn't give nobody else. Melanin, melanin used to be a superpower. That used to be one of our superpowers, but no, we no longer know how to use it due to the fact that we embrace the white man's ways. The more we embrace his ways, the further away from God you become. And they know this. This is why they operate like cowards. Every time they say something, if they ever encounter with you, every time they pop shit or even act brave, just like everybody else. Only way they gonna do you is they gonna go behind your back. They gonna stop you from getting a job or some shit like that. You've never seen a white man get aggressive on a motherfucker unless he knew that nigga was a straight punk. Anytime they ever roll up against me, them niggas have like 30 niggas deep. They have like 30 motherfucking white people deep. Every time they ever came, even try to antagonize me, they had like 50 house niggas and about 10 white people. All of them, that's how they antagonize you, because they do shit in a cowardly way, man. That's their nature. Is to be fucking cowards. So this is the way they try to get back at you, because they know that you exposing the truth about them. There ain't nothing that a white woman won't do in bed for some money. And it ain't nothing that a white man won't do in bed with a homosexual. This is why they brought that gay agenda shit about and shoved it down niggas' throats. Because they couldn't wait to come out the fucking closet. Real talk. They couldn't wait to come out. Most of these niggas are homos by nature. If you go back into the history, the Roman Empire, Caligula on them niggas, when that nigga's daughter got married to the soldier, he took the soldier in the kitchen, stuck his whole fucking arm in the whole thing of lard, and then fucked the white man in the ass with his whole arm for marrying his daughter. They had to kill that nigga, man, because they was doing all type of homosexual shit in there, man. Niggas was freaks by nature. That's why they called it the rise and the fall of the Roman Empire. And this is going to be the second. This is the second rise and fall of the Roman Empire. If anybody that ever studied theology in any form or fashion, whether it's Islam, Christianity, or Judaism, Catholicism, or whatever, God tells you in all of those books, man, what happened, man, to the Roman Empire, and that he let them rise again, and they're gonna fall again. This is why they work so hard to hide our history from us. This is why they stripped black people of their identities and stole your legacy, and now they off running with a motherfucking stolen legacy. Everything they get, they steal. These niggas are the biggest fucking criminals and liars and cheats and everything else. They'll sit up and pose like they humanitarians, man. But I'm here to tell you, man, through all my research and all my experiences, the only conclusion that I could come up with, man, is that these motherfuckers are not human. There's nothing human about these motherfuckers. They go all over the world killing motherfuckers, man. They send their women out as mercenaries over to them countries over there, them bitches with pearly white teeth and blonde hair that Africans love them type of bitches over there. Even though they got some of the finest black chicks over there, they'll fuck a white bitch before they'll fuck a black chick, man. But that's how psyched out the mind is over there. A lot of people don't know that. They think these niggas love their women. No, they don't, man. They love white pussy. And this is why they send white mercenaries over there as posing as doctors and shit like that, shooting these niggas up with all type of motherfucking diseases, and they just voluntarily let that shit happen. Because they think these niggas are friendly because they come with a smile on their face. Real talk. But back to the essence of the conversation. On the day of judgment, you're going to be surprised how many motherfuckers owe us what they owe us good deeds. This is why I say we're automatically getting into the hereafter. No, they psyching you out with all this old shit that they rewrote the Bible and all that shit. They psyching niggas out with that shit. Because they only want you to stay submissive so they can put a foot in your ass. That's the reason why they like us to stay submissive. That's why they get the all the Arabs and the motherfuckers to try to tell you to stay humble yourself. They want you to stay humble while they put a foot in your ass. That's the psych game. Because they know that we warriors, they gotta play creative mind games against us, man. But they done fucked over a lot of they done reduced a bunch of these niggas into fucking cowards out here. Oh, they trained to kill their own motherfucking people. Trust me, they trained to kill black people. These, you know, you got black house niggas out here that pull out and they'll murder each other. They'll stab each other in the back. They don't like each other, man. Snakes are snakes. And then when they come together, they got a truce now between Christian and black. All that is a bigger fucking pot of snakes, man. These niggas ain't clean out none of the diseases that's in their hearts and their minds. This is why they can't go to the hereafter. Because they gave up their souls. They made a pledge. They made a pledge to the devil that they're gonna rob, steal, cheat, rape, be pedophiles, and they're gonna make they took that oath to the devil, man. So they ain't going to that. They lost their ticket to the hereafter. But if you didn't do none of that, man, black people are the original God's original chosen people, man. We got an automatic ticket into the hereafter, man. As long as you ain't running around here doing none of that committing all that heinous acts. Let me tell you some of the most accumulated sins that we're gonna have. Some of the most accumulated sins. Because it's not just one sin that's gonna send you to the hellfire. No, it's gonna be accumulation of sins. The right side of your scale gotta outweigh the left side of your scale, because the right side is the good side, the left side is gonna be the bad side. So you gotta bear with me. I'm tired. No, I'm still out here in the struggle, in the trenches. No, it's Thursday night, May 3rd, 2019, and a bunch of these niggas is running to their little sex freak parties and shit, and they out here in the streets. And basically, I gotta be on my toes, fucking with these niggas, cause you never know how that shit gonna play out. You feel me? So basically, they know that motherfucker. Every other culture know that we're the original people. Only ones that don't know the history is black people. They don't know that we're God's chosen people. These niggas take on everybody else's persona. They put on the cool, they put on this, they put on that, except for their own identities, man. Because that's what self-hate does to people, man. When you strip a people of their identity, man, and rock them to sleep, it's hard for niggas to come back to return. It takes a nigga, the ones who do have been chosen by God, man, to wake up, man. I'm gonna bless you as one of the light workers, as a vessel of God, to fear no one. Yeah, you gonna suffer. Of course, yeah, we gonna suffer throughout, yeah. But you have to know the end result, man. You have to know the end result is to protect your soul. And if you come through the game with your soul, at the end of the game, you're one of the winners, man. This is the trickery that the devil and his followers play on us all the time. They want you to make you think that you're making all the wrong decisions, that you should have that car, you should have all this materialistic shit, you should have all this money, so that they get you to give your soul up. Like it says in the Bible, what good is it to have gained the world when you have lost your soul? So yeah, the only one on their team that know that they're gonna lose is the devil himself. The rest of them fools is working out, they doing push-ups and everything, trying to go against God, man. Making mockery of God, throwing the gate, putting out the resurrection of Sodom and Gomorrah, all this shit. They going hard, thinking that they gonna win. But when the only one on their team know that they lost already is the devil himself. He just want a bunch of company when he get to the hellfire. And he got a bunch of company. He did his, Don't get it twisted. In between the beginning and the end, they're going to do major damage. They're going to get they're going to snatch a bunch of souls, and they already have. So basically, this is what I'm saying, that the objective, yeah, they know that we God's chosen people, man. Y'all gotta bear with me. I know ever since I turned this shit on, it was quiet as a fuck around here. As soon as I turned this camera on, all of a sudden the feds just came out of nowhere. They started coming through in trucks, because that's how they do. That's how they do. Whenever they see that you about to expose them on that video, them niggas, they come out of the woodworks. They was hiding a minute ago. I was sitting on the park on the bench. Oh, it was quiet than a church mouse. But as soon as I came over here and opened up this computer and about to make this video, all of a sudden you seen all type of traffic. Yeah, you seen all type of, you seen all type of traffic. All of a sudden they brought big noisy trucks around. You hear it. You heard it a minute ago, man. I gotta pause it every time they do it. But that's not. But basically, back to the essence of the conversation, they know that we God's chosen people. They know that we got an automatic. This is what every culture hates us for. That's why they all in agreement that black people should be at the bottom. Whether it's Asian, Chinese people, whenever they migrate to America, they get down with the white man in the game of white supremacy, man. Against us. Because they give these niggas loans, they give these niggas businesses, all that shit as soon as they get here. That's part of their oath to the devil. See, the white man, they know that 97% of their race is going to the hellfire. So what they do, now that they know it, they're intelligent enough to know that they're going to the hellfire. So what they do, man, the women become witches and the men become demons. They literally, I know you won't believe it, but they become that shit literally. Yeah. Because basically they know that they gotta have fun in their little heaven on earth. Because this is as close as they get into heaven. A lot of black people too, a lot of house niggas and alcoholics. This is why they get rewarded with all these cars and houses and jobs and shit like that. A bunch of niggas that never graduated college. You got a bunch of these niggas that never graduated college, and they got the highest paying jobs out here. You know why? Because they did all this. They took that oath, man. See, like I told you before. A lot of black people, their souls come cheap. The white man go according to what level he think your mind is at. That's what he'll offer you. And he know a bunch of black people, and he ain't got to give them a lot. All they want is an apartment. All they want is a job. This is a lot of them want, man. All they want is to be consumers, especially the black woman. That's why he inducted the sisterhood into his. He incorporated all that shit into his system, because he pimped these niggas' little feeble-minded fucking self-hatred, and he turned that shit against whatever target he sees that he deems necessary. Real talk. So this is the reason why they really hate black people, man. Because basically they know that we possess the gifts of God. We truly possess the gifts of God. Understand what I'm saying? We are God's chosen people, the original fucking Hebrews, man. That's who we are. We ain't come from no motherfucking Africa, man. If we came from Africa, trust me, do you think these niggas wouldn't have raised no hell if 40 million motherfuckers got kidnapped and brought over here into slavery? These niggas didn't even raise their voice about that shit. But they raised hell about one man named Nelson Mandela. They went to war over that nigga. Millions got killed over that one motherfucker. So you think they wouldn't have raised no hell about 40 million motherfuckers? Ask yourself, man. That's something that we gotta ask ourselves. Why didn't they raise any type of hell about us being abducted and brought here in slavery? Because we was never from there. And when we migrated there, they just sold us off, man, because we didn't mean shit to them. This is why the karma is coming back around to their ass. This is why they went through apartheid. This is why they went through so much shit, and they still going through it. You know why? Because they do a bunch of shit like practice magic, voodoo, all that shit. They have no respect for God, man. Their tradition is practicing all this voodoo shit, magic shit, and selling out. They sold us into slavery because they was no kin to us. We had when God sent Moses in to Pharaoh to free the Jews, man, that was us. We were slaves to Pharaoh first. We went in there 600 deep. Yeah, we went in there 600 deep. Excuse me, I had to pause for a minute. We went in there 600 Hebrews deep, and came out 600,000 deep. That's how blessed we are, man. We went in there 600 slaves deep. This was when we were slaves under Pharaoh, and we came out of there 600,000 deep. And we was reproducing so fast that Pharaoh came up with a rule. He said, and I know everybody know this, so you can't say I'm lying. He made a rule. He said, every boy that's born, kill him and let the women live. Every man that's born, kill him and let the women live. And that's what we're dealing with today. The modern day, the resurrection of the modern day Pharaoh. All they do in history is repeating itself. They bring back all that shit to make a mockery of God. They brought back the resurrection of Sodom and Gomorrah, to put that gay agenda. They want all this shit that's supposed to be outcast. They want that to be the norm of society. Because they want everybody going to the hellfire. Yeah. Understand what I'm saying? They know that the reason why they hate us so much is not, and a lot of us can't understand why they kill us and maim us and beat us and all did all that shit to us back in the day and hung us from the trees and shit like that. They knew that we was the original people, man. They know that shit better than a bunch of black people know that shit. Real talk, they know that we are the original Hebrews. They know that we got an automatic pass into the hereafter, unless they get you to give them your soul. They know this, and this is what makes them despise you. Because God said in the Bible, the Quran, he said, I hated the Edomites. That's what he called white people, the Edomites. So he said they were so disobedient. He said they were so disobedient that I drove them into the deepest recesses of the Caucasus Mountains to live as savages for years. This is why they call themselves Caucasians, man. They was driven into the deepest recesses of the Caucasus Mountains, living as savages. This is why they work so hard to keep white supremacy going, because they don't want to go back to that shit, but that's where it's going to end for them. Where it began is where it's going to end for them, man. They got to go back to that shit, because they fucked over the earth. They got down with they based Satan and all that shit. They worship the devil, all that shit. So they know where they got to go to, man. This is why they hate the black man. Because we God's original people. And I'm talking to the youth right now. This is why you can do anything you want in life, man. You can succeed at it. If you just if you get up out of that identity crisis and you know that you a king, that you a little prince, nigga, they gonna want to kill you. They don't like motherfuckers. This is why they don't like a motherfucker that got confidence, because until he get validation from them. Because once you seek validation from them, they know that they know that anytime they give you power, they can take that shit from you. They know that anytime they give you validation, they can take it back. They can take it back through the media. They can take it back through all type of shit, man. Manipulation, slander, defamation. and they'll cause you to, to lose faith in yourself, to lose confidence in yourself. Anytime you seek validation from them, you got to know that you got to know this. You got to know your history. In order to know where you're going, you got to know where you come from, man. Real talk. And this is why they are so jealous of us, man, because we possess melanin. That used to be a superpower. Anytime they show superheroes on TV, like all these niggas like Superman and all these niggas, Captain America, all that shit, they talking about black people, man. When we possess melanin, we had superpowers like that, man. When you see the beam coming out of Superman's eyes and shit like that, that's the melanin. That was the shit that we used to use. We had great thinkers like Aesop, who was able to look into the stars and so in tune with God and the universe that they was able to look into the stars and think 200 years ahead of time. Had people like Imhotep who created mathematics. All this shit they stole off the walls of the pyramids through the hieroglyphics. What they do is every time they steal some shit from there, whoever figures it out, they put his name on that shit. Like if you take, for example, if you go like electricity, right? The electric current of the ohms. It was a dude named Ohms who figured that shit out, the current of negative and positive. So when he figured when he figured that part of the hieroglyphic out, they put his name on it. He's one of our best thieves. But in the eyes of other people, this dude is the inventor of this. No, they just stole that shit off the walls of the pyramid, one part of the hieroglyphics. It was all written in hieroglyphics and coded messages. Shit that they can't figure out today. So all that shit that they figured out is not even complete. It's not even 360 degrees of knowledge. It's not even complete. Because they can't figure out the rest of that shit. This is why they try to strip you of your identity, man. The black people of their identities, man. I'm talking to the youth. This is why they try to strip you of your identity, because they know if you ever made a conscious decision and had a spiritual awakening and woke up one day and decided to unite, that one act would have you with a new reality tomorrow, man. No race out here would be able to fuck with you at all. Because we got so many gifts and talents within us, man. We created all this shit. Everything was stolen from us, man. All that shit in the pyramids, that hieroglyphs, all that shit from the laws of gravity, all that shit was stolen off the walls of the pyramid. That shit was written in hieroglyphs. In beautiful calligraphy. And this is what they don't tell you, man. And this is why when you go to school, they try to trick up the youth and try to ask you questions and all type of geometrical formations, but it's really just asking a nigga, yo, what's the square root of 81? They ask you that in a way that you be so intimidated that all they asking you is what's 9 times 9? That's all they asking you. What's 9 times 9? Real talk. All they asking you, what's 9? When they ask you what's the square root, they say, how many times does 9 go into 81? 9 times. But people be, what they do, how they get us to fail, is that they'll give you like 20 minutes to do that shit. Most people just run out of time, so they start marking the answers down. That's how they get black people to fail all type of tests, man. This game was designed against you, man. It's a game of chess, man. But only thing, when they set up the chessboard, you don't have no pieces on your side. You might have a king and 3 pawns. They done took the rook off. They done took the knight off. They done took the bishop off the board, and they put it on their side. On top of all their pieces, they got 2 extra rows of your shit, using your shit against you too. That's why it's hard for us to. That's what makes our success so special. Because when we are facing 1,000,000,000 to 1 odds to make it up out of our situation, and they designed it like that. Real talk. Everything they got, man, they stole that shit. And every time this is why they always spying on niggas and trying to get it, because they trying to capitalize off your genius. They know that black people are all you got to do is cut off the music, cut off the TV, and just sit there for about a half hour, and I bet you'll come up with a fucking master plan. This is why they gun us down in the streets. This is why they gun all these niggas, these drug dealer niggas down, because them niggas are fucking so smart and creative when they gotta survive that they outmaneuver the white man, I mean, tremendously. And the only reason why he halfway know what they doing is because they got fucking snitches up in their organization who infiltrated them niggas. They know the black man is fucking genius. So, but they also know that they can't catch you, so they frustrated. So when they do get you, they gonna kill that ass. Because they already know that that's what they gotta do. They know that if they give you an inch, motherfucker can turn that shit into a mile. This is why they keep their foot on your neck. And this is why when every other culture come here and migrate here, they tell them, they teach, before they even get here, they show them niggas videos about us. Yo, don't fuck with these niggas when you get there, man. They fucking savages, they thieves, they rock. They tell them all that shit about us. So when they come here, they automatically scared of us. They actually think that we just some fucked up ass people. Until they actually encounter some of us, they be like, yo, these niggas ain't that bad. Real talk. Even white children, because you know hip hop bridged the gap between us and their kids. So it was a time that the white youth, they got sick of these old motherfucking, their mothers and fathers telling them, man, don't bring no fucking black girl up in this house. They'll tell their son, don't bring no black, I don't want to see you bring no niggas up in this fucking house. Yeah, that's what these old school motherfuckers tell their kids. So the youth got tired of that shit. They say, man, fuck these niggas. You know what? They went into a civil war against their parents. And you know how they punish their parents? Because every day of their lives, their parents tell them, yo, I want you to go to college. You're going to go to the best school. You're going to go to Duke University, da-da-da-da. So what they did, when they went into a civil war with them, it wasn't a physical war where they beat the shit out of them. It was a war, a civil war, where they said, fuck that. We're going to sit back. And we're not going to college. We're not even going to school. We're going to sit back and smoke weed. We're going to smoke weed and we're going to ride skateboards and snowboards. And that's what happened. And and the old white people had to come up to the round table. And they said, what the fuck is going on? What's wrong with them? And they told them the problem. So they said, how do we get these motherfuckers back on track? What are they doing now to rebel? They're smoking weed, popping pills, and these niggas are riding skateboards and snowboards all day. So they said, okay, what we going to do, the solution to that is that we're going to turn that shit into a major Olympic event. We're going to turn it into a professional sport. That's how they put them back on track. Because white people, they understand something that black people don't understand. They understand that their youth is their future. So they had to. They had no choice but to find a solution. So they turned that shit into a professional sport, an Olympic event. All that snowboard and skateboard shit that y'all doing now, that shit was their form of rebellion against their parents, man. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that shit. Yeah, because they got tired of them old motherfuckers with that racist shit. That's why them old motherfuckers started camouflaging that shit real well now. They don't tell their kids that shit no more. Because hip-hop has bridged the gap between us and their kids. When they started hearing our stories, they was like, oh shit, this shit is true, because they sitting in the living room with their parents, listening to their parents talk that shit. Or they watching their parents kill black people. So they know that when they hear our stories on the record, they say, yo, this shit is creative. I like this shit. These niggas are cool. This is what made them want to start hanging with us and shit like that. Yeah, they went into a civil war against their parents, and that's what happened, man. That's the story of that shit. So they the old motherfuckers cut that shit out. And not, I mean, not all the way, but they started camouflaging that shit in a subtle way. Real talk, man. You gotta know history. Just like you know his story, you have to know your history, man. Our people have to know our history, man. We're God's chosen people, man. This is why every culture hate us. Because they know that we got an automatic pass into the hereafter unless you give it up for a cheap ass price, the price of today's world. I'm talking to the youth, man. I'm not even talking to you grown ass and fucking niggas that can't even hear shit. Niggas that stuck in their ways. Niggas that can't adapt to change. I'm not talking to you niggas, man. You gonna be who you be. Our lives have basically been determined. The youth is the future, man. I'm teaching them the history right now with this shit. I'm trying to get them to understand some shit around here, man. Because right now, it's a case of the blind leading the blind. These niggas are following nobody real fast. They going nowhere real fast because it's a case they following idiots. A case of the blind leading the blind. When they should be, they running all over the place looking for guidance that they never had. That's why it's easy to talk to the youth out here because they want to hear some real shit because they know when you tell them the truth. You know why they know? Because God talks to them through their intuition. He tugs at their soul because the truth is already in them. All you have to do is give them the truth and that shit will wake up within them. Real talk. So they know when the real motherfucker come along and that's telling the truth, man. But with that being said, man, I just wanted to give out a little food for thought, man. And we're watching another episode of Mental Telepathy's Arena, and I am your host, the lyrical genius, Black Titanium. And you can check out some more of my genius at www.reverbnation.com/Black Titanium and the number 3, Black Titanium 3. If you want to check out my lyrical skills, anything else, I'll put a link below. I'll put a link below here so you can click on it in the comment section, and we go from there. You can hit the like button, you can hit the subscribe button. I really don't care about that shit. All I care is that I reach 2 or 3 people, man. That's all I'm saying. I could do that, man, and change somebody's life. Because you take half of these jewels, man, put them up under your belt, you can run with this shit for the rest of your life, man, and it'll help you survive. I know because I've been doing it. I've been doing it under major amount of adversity. And I'm out here looking, as you can tell, I'm out here looking good like I could be a bunch of these young niggas' sons when I'm really old enough to be their father, man. That's the blessing. That's the miracle. When a nigga's standing here looking good, like, and the nigga's homeless, niggas in the streets, and I'm not supposed to have nothing according to the white man and his followers. They don't want a nigga having shit. If it was up to them, it wouldn't be. I'd be sitting here in the gutter. But because of the fact that my intelligence, I know where I come from, and I'm in tune with God and the universe. Due to the fact that I'm in tune with God in the universe, God ain't gonna never let his servants fall by the wayside, man. Ever. And every time you do something to one of his servants, you can believe that the same shit is gonna happen to you. Every time you fuck over one of God's servants, you can believe the same. Anytime them niggas practice magic against you, whatever, the same shit gotta happen to them, man. That shit gets reversed. This is what they don't understand. Every time they fuck over the righteous, nigga, they gotta get fucked over in a major way. That karma comes back around, and that's universal law. Absolutely nobody gets around it, man. And with that being said, man, I know I don't want to talk your ear off, but I usually don't go past 30 minutes. But it got kind of heated. And I'm sitting out here in the struggle, and it's all good. I want to make sure you're supposed to get what you get. Or you get what you're supposed to get. I said it backwards, but whatever. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. You'll watch another episode of Mental Telepathy's Arena. I'm your host, the Lyrical Genius, Black Titanium. Until the next episode, peace. Y'all brothers, stay blessed.